We've covered a lot, so to make sure we see the full picture, this is the complete workflow for a CEO who solves problems for profit. It's a workflow that gets you paid not by the hour, but for the impact you have on results. The first thing we need is for our CEO to show up for work despite the tornado of urgent things pulling you away. So that means sitting in this chair. Second, we need to be able to see the business. So this is our window looking out over the business. The biggest factors here are our production and our margin, because production times margin gives us our profit. To increase profits and increase our income, we have to increase production or margin. So this helps us to produce a list of ideas for increasing one or the other or both. Next, we turn these ideas into projects and put them on a project list or our opportunities list. To turn them from ideas into projects, we're going to start giving them a start and finish date and a deliverable to show that that project is finished. The list will be labeled with expected dollar returns, and this is going to help us prioritize which project to do next. Now we go over to our calendar. In our CEO time, which we've assigned, we drag over our project, because here is where we execute those projects. Now, these projects on a weekly basis are going to be non-negotiable, and we've discussed how important it is to protect that time, and we've discussed how smaller completed projects are better than larger open projects. Once completed, we chalk up a win and a series of wins that prove that we showed up as CEO, we improved the business, and we did our job. We then add the name of this win to our brick wall, and this brick wall acts as our resume to prove to ourselves that we're great at our job. Now, these wins bring us two things. One, confidence, and two, cash flow. When we complete a project, it starts to add to our cash flow. And this cash flow funds the projects that follow, and it builds a snowball effect. More profit pays for more advertising, more hiring, more efficiency improvements, and anything else that the business needs. So that's the workflow. When we are ready to hit the accelerator, the simplest accelerator is to increase the amount of CEO time. When we go from 2 hours to 4 hours, 8 hours to 16 hours, we can get through more projects faster and further increase our earnings. So we double the amount of CEO time, we double our power. So this acts like our engine size. So as well as our other metrics that are important for boosting profit, this is the size of the engine, and this determines how quickly we can churn through those projects and make progress on the business. Now, if you get stuck using a system, just remember that if all else fails, our job is to get in that chair, complete a project that improves the business, and that's it. And if we can do that over and over, we're going to stack up a lot of wins. And 52 of even the smallest wins over a year is going to give you a year like you've never had before. Now, why haven't you learnt this stuff before? In business, there's an assumption that whatever problem you have now, that's your big breakthrough, that you're one solution away from success. And if we believe that, then we don't really need a system for problem solving, because we're only doing it once. So if you've got a hole to dig in the backyard, it's only a one-off, and you're probably not going to go do a whole lot of research and so on to figure out how to dig a hole well. You're probably just going to muddle through it because it's a one-off task. But if you've been in business for a while, you know that you don't climb a mountain by solving one problem. You're solving a series of problems, and they need to be solved in succession. So getting to the summit isn't about any one problem, it's about your ability to climb. And in particular, to keep on climbing when you don't know the complete answer, to keep climbing when it's your first time solving a problem, and to keep climbing even when you get busy, so that reaching the summit is simply and inevitability. Where do I make use of this skill set? I'm a business advisor, and rather than help business owners solve one problem, I help them climb the whole mountain. I do that by firstly making you a better climber, and secondly, by being there alongside you for each technical problem you face. Because if we're growing your business, it's our job to get you into brand new situations where you are continually meeting new problems that you haven't faced before. That's our job. So if you're at a stage where you'd like that extra level of support, let's have a chat on your next available Friday. That's the day where I put aside especially to meet new people. Also, if this series has helped you, I'd love to hear about it. It's the first time I'm sharing this stuff outside one on one calls, so I'd love to know if it's helped you and which part you found most useful.